Bryan was one of those people that was like a light in the darkness. And when you were with him, it was nearly impossible to not get as excited about something as he was excited about it.
Bryan was someone who loved Jesus.
Bryan was a devoted husband. He was a loving father.
Bryan cared deeply about his friends.
Bryan was always up for almost any adventure. He was an outdoorsman. He loved being in nature. To swim, to backpack, to snowboard, to skateboard, and even an occasional surf session.
Bryan embraced teaching with a focus on meeting every child at their level and helping them improve. His cheerful smile, amazing talent, and inspiring calm struck me each time I was blessed to be in his classroom or saw him lead his kids in praise songs. His grace and joyous laughter will live forever in my memory. In the words of a fellow teacher, Bryan was the most Jesus-like of anyone I have ever known.
Bryan could pick up any instrument and play it.
And music was part of his life.
Bryan was incredibly strong and selfless. Even through all of his trials, he endeavored to share his experiences with others who suffered from what he did, allowing his love for teaching to continue even outside the classroom. He shared his experience through video and poetry.
In shadows deep, where silence lay, a journey starts step by step each day. Through valleys low and mountains high, the Spirit whispers, "You can fly." With trembling hands and thoughts that wane, each tiny victory eases the pain. In the lush of the morning, where the shadows play, I found myself lost. Words drifted away, a stroke of fate, a thief in the night, stole my vocabulary, dimmed my light. With trembling hands I returned to the class. Young minds filled the room, their futures to cast. Each lesson of challenge and puzzles to weave, as I grappled the silence and learned to believe. But amidst the chaos, your love shines clear, a beacon of warmth, and path feels unclear. I yearn to say, I need you to share my strife, yet the words elude my challenging life. In the classroom bright, the laughter resounds. I teach them of courage while battling my bounds. With every small triumph, part of me grows, even as heartaches, and love still grows. So here's a journey, a tapestry made of hope of my students and love that won't fade. I will find my way back through their struggle and grace to utter these words and to embrace your face for every moment lost, so found. In love's gentle whispers, my heart knows no bound. And when the words come to carry my plea, together, my love, just say you need me. You love me completely. You're ready to meet me where I am, where I am. So broken and dirty, my life unworthy, yet you took my hand, yet you took my hand. For you love me beyond eternity. You pursue me with a love that is free. You call me to share with the world that you're the fountain of life and will quench my soul, quench my soul. Your grace towards me stays right beside me, and it's able, yeah, able to make me whole. Your words you lived by, they'll mend these dry bones, giving life, giving life. For you love me beyond eternity. You pursue me with a love that is free, and you call me to share with the world that you're the fountain of life and will quench my soul, yeah, quench my soul. Never thirst again as I take you in. Your sacrifice of love has erased my sin, and pouring into my life, your love waters my soul. The seed of redemption take hold. quench my soul. Oh, yeah, quench my soul. You quench my soul, yeah. Blessing.
Tell me about your music. How did you get started in music?
Well, when I was very young, the first instrument I ever played was in second grade, and I played the violin. And that started my interest in music. My parents play music, and I've always been fascinated by the different sounds, different instruments, and different things like that. And so I've always been one to fiddle around by myself, and I just kept doing that pretty much all my life. And one day, my friend was playing a guitar, and I heard that, and I really liked that. And so I got one. I asked my mom to get me one, and she got one from a garage sale. It had like only 3 strings on it, though.
Like a banjo, bang, bang, bang.
And the neck was held together with some duct tape, and I thought it was cool, just kicking back with that. But it started when I was very young. The appreciation for playing music.
All right.
That's good. Now, did you take lessons for like the piano and all that, or did you do you play by ear?
Yeah, I play by ear. When I took violin in second grade, I learned the Suzuki method, which is teaching by ear. You listen to your teacher, he give you a tape, and you go home and you listen to it and play it. So that kind of trained my ear when I was young to listen to the different notes. But mostly the stuff that I play now, I've learned myself. I took piano lessons for 3 years, like 4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
You didn't know I was going to do this, but I think Bryan should play one of his original compositions. Would you mind? Would you try it anyway? Bryan usually comes in and he loves to play his own things, and so it's sometimes difficult to get him on the subject. So now pretend it's the beginning of your lesson. Stopped because I was kind of bored with the lessons. I wanted to do my own thing, and I did.
All right.
You doing it?
Amen. Now you have a different sound. A lot of times we create a stereotype in ourselves. And we say, black people, we supposed to be this way, and we sing like this, and we do that. But your sound is different.
Yeah.
What made you decide to do that sound as compared to the traditional?
Well, I play the music that touches my heart, that lets me express my feelings inside the best way that I know how. And it's not that I look to a certain genre or style of music to express that. I just know that God has given me a talent to use music, and that he's given me a lot to be thankful for, and that I like to express that. And however way that the Lord impresses me to express that is the way that my music sounds. So I give everything to him because he's made the sound what it is, and used me as a vessel.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. Amen.
Now, how do you stay focused on not getting caught up with the worldly music? I know you start. A lot of people say they start off in the church and then it turns into a money thing, or they want to just change their sound. How do you feel your music is a ministry to yourself as well as to other people, or how do you keep the focus?
Well, I've noticed that God has always, for some reason, sent someone to tell me that they've been touched by my music. When I'm playing my music and I hear that someone has been blessed, that's my main purpose. The first thing that I know that God has really blessed me as a person, and to hear that someone else is blessed by what God has given me to play is so awesome. It keeps my focus, because I know that some of my other friends that I have do music, and they've gotten off doing their own thing, and they haven't really gone anywhere. you know, and I know that God has said, you can do all things through me. And so I said, well, you know, if I can do it through him, then I'm sure he'll take me where I need to be. And that's where I keep my focus looking at that.
Amen. Amen. Now, a lot of y'all don't know, you know, Bryan plays the guitar, he plays the piano. But I remember there was a time when Bryan used to rap. And as many people know, Bryan used to bust some flows. He was in a rap group called NBS, Nothing But Style. You remember that, Bryan?
Yes, I remember that. That's funny.
Bust some flows, man. Bust some flows.
I need a beat. I need a good beat, though. You want me to?
Well, we got my man Q on the drums.
Okay. Sitting back, waiting a day, yo, just me and cool. My friends, yo, always getting out from the school. We like to kick it at home and do our homeworks. We like to get down and do a little rap on the skirt. I say, yo, I like to kick it up with my friends. I look to the Lord, yo, cause he's my friend. I said, what's up? I like to get down with the beats. I like the little sweets to make you move your feet. I said, and yo, and kicking it with the frenzy, yo, and I'm kicking it mode. Don't you know that my name is B.E., yo? I like to rap, yo, and get down with the curio. I like to drink and...
Y'all showing so
I
love.
come up with the Cheerios, you know, but it kind of stopped. I was thinking, like, wait.
End of October 2019, my life changed. It seemed like all of life's blessings, teaching, leading worship, playing music, being a useful father and husband were ripped away from me. In the middle of a Thursday night, while sleeping, I had a CVA. A blood clot formed at the base of my basal ganglia, shutting down the right side of my body. In a split second, the stroke made me like a toddler again, helpless, scared, confused, wondering what to do. I went to acute rehab for nearly a month, relearning how to speak, swallow, walk, and to begin to use my right side again. This was not the plans I had for my life. Without warning, I was placed back at square one, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. I felt betrayed, lost, crushed. I needed help. Help came though. What I realize now, 9.5 months later, is that my daddy, Jesus, had a plan. What I didn't realize then, but do now, is that the God who made everything has a living connection with every one of you that I have ever met. Even if you've just heard of my condition, prayer is the conduit of instant connection with God, with each other. My heart is grateful for you. Yes, you. So many of you that prayed for me and still do know that your prayers changed the physical, emotional, and spiritual parts of me. I know the power of unified prayer works. I am the proof of that, speaking in front of you now. Broken in a way I could not fix myself, not even being able to pray. My ego was stripped so I could embrace God's glory. You became the voice when I had none, my heart when it was numb, the face of God when darkness surrounded me. Thank you. My journey is far from over. Though I've come a long way, I am still riding waves of sleepless nights, depression, pain, and frustration of not feeling useful because of my new condition. I'm trying to accept the reality that I may never know why medically. It's okay. But spiritually, my struggle is revealing a beautiful story that each of you had a part in. Your prayers are working. Your voice, thoughts, and selfless cries, I believe, stirred God to embrace my brokenness, to reveal He is alive and does miracles to restore the broken. I've chosen to be open to His process of restoration. There is beauty in our struggles. Our pain and uncertainty tries to veil the eternal truth about Him, about where our paradigm should focus. Oh, how he loves you and me. We must choose to look to that truth in Jesus. He chose me to bear this cup as he has chosen you to bear yours. I, like you, must choose to remember he will never leave us or forsake us. I believe every endured sacrifice will show you and the world the miracles God still does, and that you still believe he loves you beyond eternity.
When all I see is the battle, you see my victory. When all I see is a mountain, you see a mountain moved. And as I walk through the shadow, your love surrounds me. There's nothing to fear now, for I am safe with you. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you, and every fear I'll lay at your feet. I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. And if you are for me, who can be against me? For Jesus, there's nothing impossible for you. Ooh, when all I see are the ashes, you see the beauty. And when all I see is a cross, God, you see the empty tomb. Oh, so when I fight, I'll fight on my knees with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you, and every fear I'll lay at your feet. I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. An almighty fortress, you go before us. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. You shine in the shadows, you win every battle. Nothing can stand against the power of our God. So when I fight, I'll fight on my knees with my hands lifted high. Oh God, the battle belongs to you, and every fear I'll lay at your feet. I'll sing through the night. Oh God, the battle belongs to you. Oh God, the battle belongs to you.
In 2020, I was taken from a mountaintop. It was beautiful. Taken down deep into a valley where I didn't know where to go. A stroke hit me. Corona changed the way we live. The fire tried to destroy my heart. Waited to find out what's next. The rocks in my path, they seemed so ominous and impassable. But I said, hey, I can't give up. I must keep moving. Life is like a coaster, going up sometimes and coming down. But it's my choice to enjoy the ride. Look for the blessings. I just have to breathe. Take the loops as they come, and as I swing, let myself enjoy the space and where I'm at. And know that I'm alive. I am so alive. I will rise again. I will rise again.
Oh my word, that was awesome.